Hello children, welcome to mathematics class. Myself Manjunath BK, mathematics teacher in Government High School Badunalli, Madhugiri Taluk. So I welcome you all for this mathematics class. In previous classes, in polynomials, so we have studied various concepts like this. What do you mean by zero of the polynomial and we have solved problems based on zeros of the polynomial. So dividing polynomial by monomial, and also we got remainder theorem, and we have proved that remainder theorem, and also we have factorization of polynomials. And finally we have solved some exercise problems and we have discussed their solutions. Dear children, in last class we come across division of polynomials. So let us have this question. So this question is, divide the polynomial 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 by x minus 1. Now we have to divide 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 by x minus 1. Now here the dividend is p of x is equal to 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1. So the divisor is, you have to divide them from x minus 1, that is called g of x. Let us know how you are going to divide. So now 3x to the power of minus 4x to cube minus 3x minus 1. So we have to identify the first term from the divisor, we call it as x. Again here from the dividend 3x to the power of 4. Now we are dividing 3x to the power of 4 divided by x. You will get 3x cube, that you are going to put in the upper side. Now the next step is, you have to multiply 3x cube by x minus 1. 3x cube into x is equal to 3x to the power of 4 minus 3x cube minus 1, we call it as 3x cube. Now after changing the sign, so 3x to the power of 4 minus 3x to the power of 4, so you will get the 0 value. Here is minus 4x cube plus 3x cube, so you have to subtract. So you will get minus x cube. So minus 3x and minus 1 will be put as it is. Now we have to identify the term now. Minus x cube divided by x, you will get minus x square. Again I am going to put minus x square. The next step is multiply minus x square by x minus 1. You will get minus x cube plus x square. After changing the sign plus and minus, so minus x cube plus x cube will get 0. Minus 3x minus x square. So you can't do anything because the exponents are changed. So therefore minus x square minus 3x minus 1 will be as it is. So now we are identify the term minus x square, dividing minus x square by x. So you will get minus x. So now I am going to put minus x. That minus x will be multiplied by x minus 1. So you will get minus x square plus x. In the same way, after changing the sign, look at this, minus x square plus x square, so becomes 0, minus 3x minus x, so you have to add, you will get minus 4x minus 1 as it is. So now we have to identify the term minus 4x. So we are dividing minus 4x by x, so here you will get minus 4. So that minus 4 will get, if you multiply minus 4 you will by into x minus 1, you will get minus 4x plus 4. After changing the sign, so you will get the value minus 5, and that minus 5 is the remainder, right? So dear children, after knowing this, so we have to understand, so x minus 1 is the divisor, minus 5 is the, dear children, now you got minus 5 is the remainder when 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, and you will get the quotient 3x cube minus x square minus x minus 4. So dear children, after knowing this, let us understand in this matter. Let us understand this. So if you look at this, this is called divisor and this is called the quotient. So minus 5 is the remainder. So dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So after knowing this, let us understand the remainder theorem. So I have given one homework question in the last class. Find the remainder when x cube minus ax square plus 6x minus a is divided by x minus a. So let us p of x is equal to x cube minus ax square plus 6x minus a. Now x minus a will be 0 only, so you have to put the value x is equal to a. Now, so wherever x is there, so we need to put the value, wherever x is there, you have to substitute the value a. So you will get p of a is equal to a cube minus a into x square means a square plus 6x means 6a minus a. So here a cube minus a into a square means again you will get minus a cube, 6a minus a you will get 5a because they are like term. So if you subtract you will get 5a. Here a cube minus 5a cube is equal to 0 and p of a is equal to 5a. So here means, so by the remainder theorem 5a is the remainder when x cube minus x square plus 6x minus a is divided by x minus a. Children, so now you are able to identify the answer that we call it as p of a is equal to 5a. This is the remainder. So how you are going to get this? In previous problem you come across division of polynomial. So there also you get remainder. Here in remainder theorem you will get the remainder in easiest way. Okay, let's move on to the factorization of polynomial. In the last class I gave you this problem. Check whether x minus 3 is a factor of x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6. So the 0 of x minus 3 is 3 because if you put the value x is equal to 3, 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x minus 3 value becomes 0. Only you will get the value. So if you put the value 3, you will get value 0. Now p of x is equal to x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6. Let us understand this one. So this is the polynomial. So now wherever x is there, we are going to substitute the value 3. So we will get 3 cube minus 4 into 3 square plus 3 plus 6. Here 3 cube means 27. 3 square means 9. 9 fours are 36. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So here 27 plus 9 is equal to 36 minus 36 as it is. 36 minus 36 is equal to 0. Children, now you are able to identify. So you got the value 0 only by putting the value x is equal to 3. Now x minus 3 is a factor of x cube minus 4x square plus x plus 6. This is, we call it as remainder theorem. Let us, in this class, let us understand the process of factorization of the polynomial by splitting the middle term. What do you mean by splitting the middle term? So let the factors of ax square plus bx plus c are px plus q, rx plus s. They are the factors. Now if you multiply that factors p of x plus q, r of x plus s, what you are going to get here? Px into rx plus s, q into rx plus s. Here p into p r x square. If you multiply px and rx, you will get p into rx square. If you multiply px into s, psx. So q into rxx as it is. Q into s becomes qs. Now, so if you compare these two, a x square, look at this, ax square, prx square. So a becomes pr, b becomes ps plus qr, and c becomes qs, right? So this is not what we have understood from this, like this. So comparing the coefficient x square, so you will get a is equal to pr. So if you compare the coefficient of x, that means b is equal to ps plus qr. We call it as the middle term. This is the middle term here. B is the middle term. So if you compare the constant term, you will get c, that means qs. So here, so we can understand b is the sum of two numbers, that we call it as ps plus qr, right? So now here ps and q, they are the factors, is equal to pr and qs. So how? So both are equal. So is equal to ac. That means first term and the constant term. So the product of first and constant term. So you will get the middle term. Now, so this, let us understand. If you factorize ax square plus bx plus c, so you have to write b as the sum of the two numbers whose product is ac. Please note down this statement, children. This is very important in order to understanding the factorization of polynomial by splitting the middle term. So here ax square plus bx plus c, it's an expression, quadratic polynomial. So you have to, here bx is the middle term, that is called b. B, how you are going to write b? It's called sum of two numbers whose product is ac. So which is ac? The first term is a and the last constant is c. If you multiply a into c, so you will get the value b. That you have to understood from this concept. Dear children, now you understood the factorization of middle term, the factorization of polynomial by splitting the middle term. Let us have one more problem here. Factorize 6x square plus 17x plus 5. So now we have to do splitting the middle term. So now can you able to identify the middle term here, dear children? Yes, that is 17x, right? Now we have to write 17 as sum of two numbers and also the product of two numbers. Here p into q means what? The first 6 into 5 is called 6 into 5 becomes what? 30. Product is 30 and their sum is what? 17. Look at the factors of 30 one by one. 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10. If they multiply, what you are going to get? If you add 1 plus 30, 31. So not possible. 17 you have to get. 2 and 15, you will get 30. Because if you add 2 and 17, you will get 17. Yes. 3 and 10, if you multiply these two numbers, you will get 30. But if you add those two numbers, you will get 13. It's not possible. 5 and 6, so 5, 6 are 30, right? But if you add those two numbers, you will get 11. Now, which possibility is suitable here? Yes, you are right. 2 and 15 is the 2 and 15. If you multiply 2 and 15, so you will get 30. If you add those two, 2 and 15, you will get 17, right? So what you have to do now? Now we have taken 6x square plus 17x plus 5. Now splitting this 17x middle term in terms of 2x and 15x like this. So 6x square plus 2x plus 15x plus 5. So now the 17x middle term splitting into 2x plus 15x. Grouping here. 6x square plus 2x is one group, 15x plus 5 is one group. If you take out common from 6 and 2, you will get 2. From x square and x, you will get x. So therefore, you will get 2x. If you take out 2x as common factor, so the remaining will be 3x plus 1. If you take out 5 from 15 and 5, so you will get 3x plus 1. Now you can analyze in both the way. So you got 3x plus 1 is the common factor. The remainder will be 2x plus 5. Now in the next step, so you got the factors 3x plus 1 and 2x plus 5. So they are the factors of 6x square plus 17x plus 5. So here, which are the factors? Y minus a and y minus b are the factors of y square minus 5y plus 6. So by using factorization theorem, what we can understand? If p of a is equal to 0 and p of b is equal to 0, then where a and b are the factors, so here the constant term we call it as ab. So if p of y is equal to y square minus 5y plus 6, so factors of 6, so there is possibilities of both positive and negative signs are there. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. Okay? You have to check each and every possibility so that you have to get the factors of 6. If you put the value p of minus 1, what you are going to get the value? If you put the value p of 1 is equal to what you are going to get the value. So each and everything you have to check. So if p of x or p of y becomes 0, so they are the factors of y square minus 5y plus 6. Let us understand one by one. If p of 2, if you put the value 2, y is equal to 2, what you will get? 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. Here 2 square means 4, 5 into 2 is equal to minus 10 and 6. If you add 4 and 6 you will get 10, 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. Now P of 2 is equal to 0. So in this way we can understand, if you give value, that means P of minus 2 is a factor of P of y, right? So we need to find one more factor here. How you are going to find out this one more factor? So if P of 3, let us understand, so y is equal to 3. By substituting y is equal to 3, so you will get the value 3 square minus 5 into 3 plus 6. 3 square means 9. 5 into 3 is equal to 15. So 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. Again you got the value 0 when you are substituting the value y is equal to 3. That means y minus 3. So previously we know P of y is equal to y minus a and y minus b are the factors. So now we got the value y minus 2 and y minus 3. They are the factors of y square minus 5y plus 6. Children, now you are able to identify factors, how you are going to calculate the factors of the y square minus 5y plus 6. Okay? So by this way we can understand the factorization, or we call it as factor theorem. Now let us know how you are going to factorize a cubic polynomial x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Here the factors are x minus a, x minus b and x minus z are the factors. Let us assume that if p of x becomes 0. So now let us understand the factors of minus 120. There are so many factors you are going to get. You have to check everything. Let us understand plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 8. Here, how you are going to select this one? If you multiply those two, any two numbers, you have to get the value of minus 120. That means factors of minus 120. So now here, by trial and error method, we have to select, if you go on putting the value or substitute the value 1, so that you become 0. That means entire p of x becomes 0. X cube is equal to 1 cube minus 23 plus 142 minus 120. So that means x minus 1 is a factor. The dividend is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Right? Now what we have done, here we are splitting the middle term minus 123x square like this, minus x square minus 22x square, or 142x can be put like this, 22x plus 120x minus 120 as it is. Now here we have to take out the common here from x cube and x square, so you will get the common x square. The remainder will be x minus 1. So 22 if you take out, you will get 22, x square and x, you will take out x as common, so the remainder will be x minus 1. From 120 x minus 120, if you take out 120, the remaining will be x minus 1. So in all the cases, x minus 1 is the factors. If you take out x minus 1, that we call it as a factor, right? So the remaining will be x square minus 22x plus 120, right? So now we got the factors, but so now we have to get the factors of x square minus 22x plus 120, right? Children, now we got the factors of x minus, that means x minus 1 is a factor of a cubic polynomial. Now we need to find the factors of x square minus 22x plus 120. How you are going to get this? So for that reason, so we need to understand, that means x square minus 22x plus 120. So if you take 120, 12 into 10 is equal to 120. If you add 12 and 10, you will get 22. So we get x minus 12, x minus 10 are the factors of x square minus 22x plus 120. Now we got all the factors here, right? So therefore we are got the factors of x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. So they are x minus 1, x minus 10 and x minus 12. So after knowing this, in your exercise number 4.4, so we have various questions are there. Under that I have given one question for homework for you. find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of p of x, kx square minus 3x plus k. Okay, so already here x minus 1 is a factor. Only thing you need to factorize kx square minus 3x plus k. Now one more question, factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. So another important question is x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Okay, let's move on to few more concepts in our very important chapter that we call it as polynomials. In that polynomials we have algebraic identities. In previous classes we come across identities. Algebraic identity is an algebraic equation. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. That is called an equation. So any algebraic equation as an identity, we call it as algebraic identity, is an algebraic equation that is true for all the values of the variables occurring in it. Now let us understand this. So in your previous standard you come across, we have a square here. The area of the square can be calculated length into breadth. We call it as x into x. We get x square. We have one more rectangle. So here is a rectangle. So length and breadth are both are different. So x and y. Again one more is there. So that we call it as same as xy. So they are the areas. So one more smaller one, we call it as y into y both. So now if you multiply, now if you add these two x plus y, if you add these two x plus y, if you multiply these two x plus y, you will get x plus y whole square. Now we have to add all the possibilities, x square, y square plus xy plus xy. So what you are going to get? Yes, you are right. X plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2x plus y square. So it's nothing but a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square from your 8th standard. Okay, let's move on to one more algebraic identity. So here is a square x, we call it as x into x is equal to x square. So one more rectangle a into b, ab. So there is a slight difference, x into b, so that we call it as bx. So one more rectangle is here, it is little bit different from previous one, that is called a into x. Now what you have to do? So we are going to add x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. So this is one more algebraic entity, one more algebraic identity, right? So x plus a into x plus b, here x plus a into x plus b, if you multiply those two, so you will get x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. So now let's move on to another algebraic identity. So we have a square x square, one more square, we call it as little smaller one, y into y. Again what we have to do? If you subtract y square from x square, that means the remain x minus y in here. So here also, so you'll get the remain will be like this. Now if you take out y and x, so x minus y, here the remaining will be x minus y into x minus y. The other algebraic identity is x plus y and x minus y is equal to x square minus y square. So in your previous standard you come across various algebraic identities. X plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. X minus y whole square is equal to x square minus 2xy minus plus y square. X plus y into x minus y is equal to x square minus y square. And the fourth one is x plus a into x plus b is equal to x square plus a plus b into x plus ab. All these four algebraic identities, so you already learned from your previous standard. Now let us move on to algebraic identity, fifth one. So let us understand x plus y plus z whole square. This is called trinomial. How we are going to write this? Let us put x plus y is equal to t. What will happen? T plus z whole square. How you are going to look? How this will be look like this? This looks like x plus y whole square. Now we are expanding this as x as t, a as z, x as t and y as z. Here t square plus 2tz plus z square. So wherever t is there, now we are substituting the value x plus y. That means t square means x plus y whole square plus 2 into x plus y into z plus z square. Now x plus y whole square, the formula x plus y whole square is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Now we have to multiply 2 into x and again z here, 2zx or 2yz plus z square. Now here what we can understand from this, if you rearrange the terms, x plus y plus z whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. So this is an algebraic identity. Okay, this algebraic identity can also be calculated like this. X, if you multiplied x plus y plus z and with the x plus y plus z, so product of trinomials, so you will get the same value in this way. So that means now you are able to identify, if you multiply or get the product of trinomials, you will also get the same formula. Now let us expand by using the suitable identity. 4a minus 2b minus 3 whole square. So here 4a means it becomes x, minus 2b becomes y and minus 3 becomes z, x plus y plus z whole square formula. Now you know this formula, x plus y plus z whole square is equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Now we are substituting the value x, y and z. So what you are going to get? So here x means 4a whole square, y means 2b minus 2b whole square and z means minus 3 whole square plus 2xy, x means 4a, y means minus 2b, so we have multiplied here, plus 2 into yz, y means minus 2b, z means minus 3c, again 2zx, so z means minus 3c and x means 4a. If you 4 square is become 16a square, minus 2 into minus 2 you will get 4, that means 4b square, minus 3 whole square you will get 9c square. So here if you multiply minus by number plus you will get minus, 2 into 4 is equal to 8, 8 into 2 is equal to 16, right, minus 16b ab you will get. Again here minus into minus become plus, 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 bc you will get. Here one minus is there, minus into plus becomes minus, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So AC will be as it is. Now, so you have expanded by using suitable identity x plus y plus z whole square. Dear children, now you are able to understand how you are going to expand by using suitable identity and solve the problem. Let's move on to another important algebraic identity. Dear children, after knowing this, let us understand in this way, so we can visualize by using the geometrical concepts. Here is a square, the square is having sides x into s, x square, again it becomes one more rectangle x into y. So again one more, look at this, this is different from another one xz. So here x into z becomes one more, so y into z is also square, again this yz, y square, one more z square. Look at this, x plus y plus z whole square, x plus y plus z whole square. So x plus y z whole square means x plus y plus z into x plus y plus z whole square. If you add all these things you will get the same value. So that is called x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy. Look at this, xy and xy, 2xy, yz, yz, you will get 2yz, again zx, you will get 2zx. So now you are able to visualize by using geometrical concepts. Now children, it's time for homework now. Use suitable identities, factorize each of the following. Dear children, so far you have learned polynomials and algebraic identities. So thank you for watching my class. See you in the next class. Thank you very much.